Welcome to Squadron ScaleWorkshop. My name is Brett Green, and today we're going to be having a look at another brand new kit. It's Eduard's 148 scale Profipack Focke-Wulf 190 A4. Now you might be saying, well, brand new? Surely Eduard have released a series of Focke-Wulf 190 A kits in 148 scale, and indeed they have. They started out with Focke-Wulf 190 A8, I think that was probably close to 10 years ago, followed by A5 and A6 variants, and specific versions as well within those variants, such as the Night Fighter and also the Sternbock. One of the criticisms, though, of this kit is that it was quite tricky to build, especially around the engine cowling area, and the fin was a bit fat too. Now, Eduard have come a long way in the last decade, as we've seen with, in particular, their 48 scale Spitfire kits and also their revised 148 scale Messerschmitt Bf 109 G6s. And Eduard has now decided to revisit the Wurger family with a brand new kit. So this kit has nothing in common at all with the earlier A5, A6 and A8 kits. It's totally new from the ground up. In fact, when we look at the breakdown of the parts, this kit actually looks more like their excellent 1/72nd scale Focke-Wulf 190 A series kits in terms of a one-piece fuselage with the side cowls already moulded in place. The new A4 kit comprises 187 parts in grey plastic, but that is something of a misleading number because there are a very large number of parts that are marked not for use. In fact, the parts that are marked for use are only 107, and even a few of those are options, so we'll come down to a total of probably something closer to 100 parts by the time you build the kit. There is also a very nice colour photo etch fret, masks for the canopies and wheels, and I think it's 10 parts in clear. But what we see with the spare parts, and including the clear parts, is that Eduard are obviously going to be releasing A5, A6 and A8 kits, Night Fighters and Sternbocks in the future as well. Let's have a look at the kit sprues in detail. Eduard's box art is very attractive. 5 varied options are offered on the kit's decal sheet. Each fuselage part is moulded with the forward, upper and lower side cowls in place. This should make assembly much easier than the previous family of Eduard Focke-Wulf 190s. Also note that the fin antenna post is moulded to 1/2 of the fuselage. Internal structures are moulded in place for positive location of cockpit and other interior parts. The all-new wing also reflects the parts breakdown of the recent 1/72nd scale Eduard Focke-Wulf 190 kits. Surface texture throughout is just beautiful, with crisply recessed panel lines as well as rows of recessed rivets. Eduard has taken no shortcuts with the lower wings. This is a very specific early Focke-Wulf 190 A wing with the bulges and ejectors moulded in place. Undercarriage-based ceiling detail is moulded to the inside of the upper wings. There are many nods on these sprues to the future variants that are going to be released in this brand new family of Focke-Wulf 190 A's. We can see here, from right to left, the short fuselage gun cowl of the Focke-Wulf 190 A4 and earlier, as well as the bulged cowl of the A8 and the flat cowl of the A5 and A6. This sprue also includes both early and late versions of the gear covers, ailerons, rudder and elevators. Alternative gun troughs are also provided, including the blanked off version. This boxing includes a number of options that won't be used, such as this bomb. And two styles of 300 litre drop tanks. These are really nicely detailed. Treaded tyres with separate inner hubs, as well as smooth tyres with simpler inner hubs. More detail parts, including undercarriage and cockpit parts, and the radar array for the later A6 and A8 night fighters. Early and late wheel hubs, as well as different styles of exhaust. Here's the armoury with different machine guns and cannon arrangements. A number of different styles of instrument panel are included, depending on whether you're painting the plastic parts or installing the photo etch parts. Here's the late style cockpit tub, and alternative engine fans for different versions of the aircraft. The early cockpit tub, and the early propeller, which is applicable to the A4 version. The main wing spar, propeller spinner, and other detail parts. Broad-bladed propeller of the later Wurgers is also included in this box. The lower cowl and cowl ring parts. Early undercarriage legs. The very nice one-piece pilot seat, as well as the dimpled main wheel wells. The clear sprue includes different parts for canopies that are posed open and closed, and also offers the later version blown canopy that was applicable to some of the Focke-Wulf 190 A8 and A9 aircraft. Eduard's pre-coloured photo etch fret supplies parts mainly for the cockpit, including very nice side consoles, instrument panel and harness straps. Here is the kit's decal sheet. It doesn't say who printed them, but registration is perfect and colours look good on my sample. Unusually though, whereas Eduard's decals are usually glossy, this one is quite flat in finish. A full set of stencils are also provided on a separate sheet. Eduard has also released a whole suite of Eduard and Brasson accessories and upgrades for their brand new Focke-Wulf 190 A4. We'll be having a look at these in detail over the coming days. You really have to admire Eduard's commitment to ongoing quality in revisiting the Focke-Wulf 190A family, considering they've brought out a substantial number of kits before. But rather than take shortcuts, they're actually building a whole new family based on brand new moulds, including versions that they've covered, such as the A5, A6 and A8 later on this year and probably into the coming years. It's a really nice kit and I'm looking forward to building it. I think we can be pretty confident that building this kit will be quite a different experience to building the Wurger of a decade or so ago. I personally can't wait to give it a try. Well, that's all we had for you from Squadron ScaleWorkshop tonight. Until next time, bye for now.